shield suddenly winks out. The Master Artificer is now vulnerable. Fools!
So be it. Let's see if you're faster than feet. Too bad I can't corrupt you as I did the Archons. Very well. I will deal with you myself. You pick up the Codex page the Devils were using to transform the Archons into...
Hi everyone, Aldbar here, and welcome to my live stream. Here you can ask your DDO questions, ask for DDO demonstrations, and ask for DDO advice. So please be my guest on my show, Ask Aldbar DDO Live. Enjoy! Well, got a few new things. Right now, we're level 27 and we're working our way up to 30. That's our goal for this particular stream, and we'll see how it goes. So, next quest in the series.
You have returned to Castle Ravenloft, this time uninvited. As promised, the servant's door was not sealed, a sign that Jesper the Raven made it this far at least. Jesper's last report says he went off to steal a potion from a coven of witches, whose lair is at the top of the South Tower.
The level of the hireling is too low for him to be able to find a secret door, so I'm going to have to go the long way around. Big deal. Once you understand the layout of Castle Ravenloft, it's pretty straightforward to get to all the different places you need to go. First, I have to go up this big South Tower stairs, and at the top of it, I'll go into the next series of staircases.
You close to the lair of the old crones mentioned in Jesper's journal.
I should point out that the quests over here are like level 31, and I'm only level 27, so I'm below level. I'm not that overpowered. Just pass by the main entrance and continue climbing up. Basically all the way up to the top. That's where we can connect to the next staircase. Keep on going. Really need to change my monk stance of Way of the Badger. It's not really that useful. I typically heal myself up immediately as soon as I can, so I don't really get to use it that much. Well, when I start to stop taking ticks of cold damage, I'll be able to step through this door. Finally. Yeah, if the first time you enter Castle Ravenloft, there's a door that's locked. That's like, its only way to access it is in this quest. So then I'll be able to stop it. If not, I'll take a fair amount of damage. Yeah, so here comes another one of those. That's it.
As you come to the door of the witch's den, you recall the password from Jesper's journal. But them, you whisper, and the wards on the door fade.
Yeah, so this area is the only part of the entire Castle Ravenloft was inaccessible at all. When you go through a invitation for dinner, which is also, it also takes place in this
Sets of green
whatever
eyes shine out at you from the darkness.
zone.
They regard you with a haughty aloofness that only one creature across the many planes has truly mastered. The cat.
They now get to fight the hags.
Two hags glare at you from across their cauldron. One of them, the taller of the two, gestures for you to speak with her. The old witches cackle, then one of them sneers at you. We know.
As you ask her about the raven, this is when she loses her mind. Now they fight you.
So we set a trap, and just like that, in he flew. Face twisting into a gap-toothed grin, the witch continues. Your little bird flatters now in the dungeons with our elders. Soon, all its secrets will be ours, and then we'll feast. Her gaze lingers on you, and she licks her lips. Such a little belly, though, sister. I think we need more meat for our pot, don't you?
I was able to stun one of them because, well, she's only an orange named boss, so she's affected by certain crowd control effects. But the main one is red named, and red name means the title above their head is red. The game's telling you basically that they want you to work hard for it. They are immune to a whole bunch of like instant kill effects and stuff like that. They don't want it to be too easy. Well, we won either way. Got the key. Take the vials, read the note.
You find a set of vials, which must be the potions of gaseous form described in the journal. They will allow you entry into the magical tower within the treasury.
So we can either go try to free Jesper the Raven, but that's just an optional. We don't really need to do that. So we are not going to do that. And let's somebody insists. Okay, and we're out of here. Let's go back down. This time we need level 3. We're on level 4 right now. Drop down 1 level. All the doors are on the same side of the staircase, so let's drop down. Level 3. We need to go to the library, and that's where we can find the blazer, and should be in there.
Broken furnishings lie scattered about the room. At the center of the destruction is the smashed remains of a moldering cake.
Could be a few collectibles here.
Sickly sweet smell
At least one.
permeates the wreckage.
2. There we go. And now we can go through this part. $400 platinum. Another 400 platinum. The yield on these piles is not really that great, even though that last one was almost 1,000 platinum. So, okay, whatever. Okay, so we found the secret part of the tower. You can actually get here in the regular invitation to dinner, but you can't go through this. You need those little potions to get past this, squeeze into this part of the tower.
As your body evaporates into a fine mist. By strength of will alone, you push yourself through the tiny tower window and take solid form again on the inside. The tower seems to be bigger on the inside somehow. And as promised, it is filled with treasure. The thud of heavy footsteps coming from above serves as a warning that it does.
Okay, so now you need to fight the 2 guardians. The main thing with the guardian is do not stand as held or cloud kill. That's basically the most important part of this entire fight. As soon as any one of them casts cloud kill, move a bit to the side, stand just out of the circle, because if I move too far, so then they'll be very efficient with the amount of circles they can put down. I don't want them to put down too many circles. It'd be impossible to move in this room. The circles with the green gas basically say that if you stay inside of them, you take constitution damage, your overall body gets weaker, and your hit points go down, and eventually you die, so. Secret is to stay out of it as much as possible. So if you actively engage them, they're less likely to cast it. So you want to keep the attack up at all times. Okay, there we go. Pick up this book, finish this quest.
This book's pages are brittle with age, and much of it is illegible. But what you can make out suggests the author is none other than Strahd himself. Perhaps your allies back in town can make sense of it.
I mean, I guess we can try to see if we can free Esper. Or just move on. Does anybody want to see me try to free Esper? You got like 20 seconds to decide. Yes or no. First come, first serve. So there's a shrine here, so just in case you haven't already, follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and hit that like button. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to take that as a new. So, next quest. Gotta keep on updating my scrolling text on the screen to whatever the next quest happens to be. I hope that hireling can find a secret door in this quest. I really don't have to walk around.
A familiar figure stands, waiting for you and Casimir by the warmth of a crackling fire.
Yeah, I'm looking for a certain item over here. Basically, these doors are locked by codes. And I get the different names, and little by little I can open up more and more of this temple. Until eventually I can get to that. That's the overall general feel of this quest. Now, the layout of this quest has specific key items in random locations, and you could walk around here for a long time, and then they fixed all of that, and they made it that there's always a fixed pattern if you just want to go to the end. However, they also have the optional to do the random version of it, so you can play it like the old version or the new version, or whatever you feel like. Basically, if you want to explore more, you can. So you always come down here first and you get the second scroll. I really need to remember to change my Way of the Honey Badger. Probably go for Way of the Tortoise. Just get more concentration and more hit points. It's more useful for me. Then again, I'm gonna forget probably unless somebody reminds me. Okay, we got the second code. Hey, let's go get for the third code. Yeah, this guy's a red name just hanging out over here. You can activate all these old levers, but I don't think you need to. But I like to. So I'm going to. It is fun. They have a cool animation. Two wings pump out from the center, and then they spread open, and they stick out to the sides. There's a part over here who can make this quest kind of, well, I wouldn't say uncompletable, but you wouldn't be able to use a certain method if the floor breaks over there. You're not supposed to jump on the floor. That was kind of scary. Yeah, let's see if we can get past the secret door over here with the lich.
The decrepit lich turns toward you. Do I know you? He wonders aloud.
Well, I'm spawning the door, so my hireling should most definitely be able to find it. He's typically going to die in like one hit. See if he can find, if I can get past this.
Door does not budge. You must need some other password to open it.
I'm going to take this hireling and hide him over here, just so he doesn't die while I do this fight. There's basically these gems that are keeping this lich alive, so we're going to destroy them, then we can fight the lich. You don't destroy those two gems, so then every time you get him to like 50% health, he just automatically heals back up. You can also just hit him with a restore healing ability, and that will kind of clear his mind, and then you'll be able to just talk to him. But I'm not a healer, so not an option for me. Yeah, but this unlocks this scroll. Should be able to get the door now. Let's see if I can do the shortcut. Should be fine. Come on, search. Well, that's disappointing. So we go back, go around. Big deal. Hello. Bye-bye. Yeah, all of that was just to get to the other side of this particular secret door. Now we can either do the cutscene or not. Does anybody want to see the cutscene? If you want to see the cutscene, please say yes. Now we're just going to go to the end. Okay, we're going to skip the cutscene.
This is the sarcophagus of Zudun that Casimir was searching for. You call out to him, and moments later he arrives.
You need to fight 4 vampires at the same time. Each one is an ex, either paladin, rogue, sorcerer. Each one of them has got special abilities. They're all vampires. $130,000 XP. The chest, the loot. And quest complete. 10 minutes, not bad. Okay. I think this ends this chain. Remind myself quickly not to forget to respec my skill points. I'm going to keep on forgetting if not. Also over here, this is a typical point. You have to remember to go back to the quest giver, or you can't move down the quest chain. Should be able to talk to the Patreon, whatever his name is, for Barovia. This guy. I now got a small augment bag, which I don't need because I've got a colossal augment bag. So take this. Let's respick our character. So yeah, this thing. We have the Tenacious Badger. Guess we don't need this. Swap things up. What do I need over here? Extra key regeneration. This. A little bit of concentration. This is all the MRR. How much MRR do I have anyway? I'm already at maximum. Don't really need all of this extra MRR. Probably could take another wisdom. How much wisdom do I have? Wisdom 69. Nice. I'll give up on some MRR, take another wisdom. Well, at least now I know that my chat's working. Yeah, I gave up on the extra MRR because, well, my character is already at 60 MRR and I can't get any higher than that right now. Okay, everything should be back in place. We have to re-pull these things, so. The first one was acid. Then it was electric. Then it was fire. Then it was ice. We're using acid currently. I'm using an acid imbued currently. So I'll read into that. And what else? Everything else should be normal. Yep, everything's in place. Now my wisdom's up to 70. Nice. Okay, we can move on to chain number 3. Van Richten's Tower. Hey there, thank you. Good to see you too. Well, now I know that YouTube chat works also. I've added what I'm going to refer to as the context box on screen that shows up and basically gives a brief overall of what the heck is going on. Like, what is this game you're watching? For players who might not know anything about DDO. And also, like, more specifics of, you know, what quest I'm running. I probably should maybe, I don't know, I could add probably a short description of what quest, sorry, not only what quest, but what's the race and class I'm playing, but whatever, we'll see. It's experimental. I've just added it, and
You immediately
still got a lot of work to do.
You're crouched near the entrance to the loading dock. This must be Stefan.
I didn't want it to be too overbearing, so it shows up and disappears on command every like 4 minutes.
And purify the wine. Stefania begs. Our wine is the last drop of hope some people have.
Another change I made is I made all of my overlays, except for like my face cam, but everything else is, I gave it an opacity of like 70%, so you can technically see a little bit through it. Question is it any better or is it worse?
The Martikov family makes its home in this part of the winery.
Where's an item? No item here. Guess we go to the next room. We found the charm of purification. So, top floor is done. We found the one item here. We need to go downstairs and find like 3 patches of mold. Yes, if anybody got any feedback for the scrolling text right now, be sure to leave a comment. Like always, I can always improve on things on my own based on my own feedback, whatever I see, but feedback from the viewers is always better. It goes much faster when viewers leave feedback. Here comes the tricky part of this quest. A lot of monsters all at once. That was very close. It's very easy to get overwhelmed in this quest. This is why it's not recommended to do this quest when you're way under level, like me. As far as the game is considered, this is a level 33 quest because we're doing that on Epic Elite. Really Legendary Elite, but whatever. And my character is only level 27. Hey, thank you. I'm just right now trying to think of how to ways to improve it. Right now, the on-screen scrolling text shows up. It restarts every 4 minutes. So that's like my baseline to people who have no clue what's going on should be staying along just enough for it to show up, but not too much to be overbearing for people who are already here. Also, I've got to decide what I want to put on it. The goal is ultimately to try to get it for new viewers who are joining, who have no clue what they're watching, have a fast and easy way to get up to speed on what's going on without having to like resort to questions in chat. Because a lot of people just don't want to type in chat. They don't want to ask questions. Just want to just tell me what's going on. So I think what I've got going right now is a good start. We'll see. Hey there. Welcome. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good stream. Enjoying it.
A cave leads down into the dark and the damp.
Hello. Right now running a quest called the Wizards of Wines. Or the Wizard of Wines. Or the Final Vintage. There's different names to the quest, depending on the location or the name of the quest in the quest journal. Wizard of Wines is the location of where this quest takes place. Looking for quest items, 2 more piles of mold, brown mold. Yeah, 1 more we need to find. Got it.
You found all the ingredients needed to purify the wine. Now
Hey, look, there's a
add the
shrine.
antidote to the large
Please follow
wine
on
press
Twitch,
on the main
subscribe
floor
on
of the
YouTube,
winery.
hit that like button if you haven't already. Thank you. Great. Arcane oozes. Yep, going back the way we came. Now I'm going to face off against the druid who's been poisoning the wine.
The druid prepares to attack.
Why do you insist on dying?
She asks.
Without their little magic gems, this winery is doomed anyway. Very well. I'll slit your throat, then add your blood to my poison.
Yeah, this end fight. Because I'm way under level. Yeah, you'll have to have a good amount of PRR or physical resistance rating because they do a lot of damage, like chip damage, and it stacks up very fast. If I had to recommend one single ability that players underestimate, it's physical resistance rating, PRR. It's like, invest more in that and your DDO experience will go up significantly. That's my 2 cents on it. And this is true for like everything, Reapers, etc. It's really the key to most things. I used to think that self-healing was the end-all and be-all of DDO, but it's actually not. Taking much less damage is actually the way to go. I mean, you also need self-healing and good healing amplification, but not taking damage at the core of it is like more essential. Yeah, this quest only gives 35,000 XP, I'm not sure why. Left side of it. Let me see. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. I don't know how it happened, but I must have accidentally touched something sometime somewhere, and it messed it up. So, yep. I'm glad I could go in and fix it. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it very much. I didn't notice it, and thank you for pointing it out. mean, the truth is, just to get this like scrolling text to work, it is so convoluted. It's unbelievable. So there's so many like little layers and pieces one on top of each other. It's crazy. Next quest. We are almost at level. You know what? I'll think I'm gonna fight some wilderness monsters and then take a level first. It'll be quicker. See if I can find the 3 crests for this thing. They found one of them. Should be one in this area in the back over here. Well, it wasn't underwater. I don't remember exactly where the 3 locations are. So they put these crests out, and each one of them has potentially 3 different locations. It's not here. Some other place on the shore. Very annoying. Found number 1. And number 2 could be on the shore someplace here. It wasn't at the top over here. Right? And it wasn't underwater. Location over there. Got it. Third one should be either on the backside over here or closer to the center. Not sure. Great. Certain visual cues in DDO, not very good for streaming, let's put it like that. I'm using voice to text to update the, what's it called? The WhatsApp section. So I don't have to keep on typing it. Found the scroll and then fell off the edge.
I had a dream once when I was a girl. In it, I prayed to the morning Lord to show me my love. Then from the east came a great bird, an eagle flying on wings of blinding light, soaring high above the mountains. Just as this beautiful creature was about to land at my feet, I woke up. And when I woke, I wept.
Fortunately, I don't remember exactly what the third set of crests is. Saying set, there's 3 quests and each one of them there's 3 crests and each one of them has 3 locations that are like kind of close to each other. I guess I can check out the wiki. Yeah, I'll check out the wiki. It should be on this side of the lake. Starting someplace around here. And we've got enough XP to level up. Now that I'm already invested in it, let's see if I can find this crest down here underneath the water. No, so should be someplace around here. Well, that was location 2. Going to be in the final location just because here we go. Now I can go back and awaken whatever his name is. I think he's a lich. Maybe he's a mummy, I'm not sure. Whatever. I mean, we're bringing him back just so we can kill him, so. Three sockets and you get 3 crests and you put it in. Here he comes. Yeah, so this rare is always here. It's the crests that are in random locations. And let's level up. It's a shame I don't have any good items for level 28. I'll be using the same stuff that I'm always using since level 20, basically. Quickly sell the junk. Pretty straightforward. Anything that doesn't have 2 slots, or it's not a named item, is so. Unless it's a throwing weapon, in which case, if it has got even 1 slot, I'll keep it. And armors, I'll typically sell even if they have 2 slots, because they're basically useless. Heavy pick, battle axe. Unless it has mythic on it, I'm not keeping these weapons because you can just always buy a new one. It's not worth it. Let's feed it to my sentient weapon. Sentient weapon is gaining XP based on items I feed it. And as it levels up, you can slot in augments, or basically like little jewels will make it have more power. Get back on the quest train.
The city of Stormreach is abuzz with the news that a ship has arrived to ferry passengers to Sharn, the City of Towers. The ship's captain seeks heroes looking for a grand adventure in the clouds. Speak to Captain Aldbar Dranmore in the Stormreach harbor to set sail for Sharn.
Well, we're off to Yester Hill. Wrath of the Earth. Let's upgrade it. I upgraded that pretty fast, so yeah. Without the ability to, if I had to type this in, it wouldn't work.
A chill wind blows down from the slope.
We need to get to the top of this hill, but there's like these electric barriers, so you got to go around till we find a gap. That's the entire quest.
Lightning dances amongst the cairnstones, ringing the hill with an eerie light.
As I level up, these quests should become easier. The goal is to get to level 30 and then immediately do a epic reincarnation and use all of the saga XP to like bounce back up to like level 24. I'll see if I can get that far, maybe 23. Become the werewolves. I put down this ring of flame called Cauldron of Flame. As long as I stay in close proximity to it, it stays up. If I get too far away from it, it goes out. The first version of this, it's very, very stingy. If you like step like one step out, it goes out. And you can only cast it once every minute. Then you can upgrade it, and now you can get like significantly farther away from it without it going out. I mean, over there just timed out, but yeah. I mean, they won't take damage unless they're inside of it, but at least it doesn't like go out as soon as you step out of it. So there's a strategy of how to lay down the flame. Hey, look at this. There's a shrine here. So anybody who hasn't already, please follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, hit that like button. Thank you very much. Some of these monsters spawn out of the ground, but they go really slow. So if you're just running past them, you won't even notice them. And before you know it, you'll have a whole chain of them following you. And suddenly you'll have a green dungeon alert, and then take tons of damage and die. That was a close call. You stunned me over there for a moment. Well, I got through the first gate. Now I gotta get through the second one. I have this ability called Quivering Palm. It's basically like kind of a very strong punch that you can hit certain enemies with, and they will just die instantaneously if they don't have a proper save. But since I'm way under level, like 5 levels under the quest level, it's not as easy to land it successfully. Here comes the end fight. There's no joke, this end fight.
Over you as you enter the circle of stones. Ahead is a huge, looming statue, a statue you recognize as Strahd. The Archdruid shouts, "Do not let them
I
disrupt
plan
our
on going
ritual."
to Shadowdale. That's where Axel's going, so that's probably where I'm going. And they pushed off the transfers till next week, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, in this particular segment of this quest, it's very important to kill all the trash, or you'll get overwhelmed. When he drops to 75%, he summons a bunch of his friends, and then 50, and then 25, or something like that. Maybe when he's at 100%, he starts as 1 round, 75 second round, 50 third round, whatever. The point is, if you don't clear out those rounds of trash monsters, as we're calling it, you'll get overwhelmed. So yeah, about the server transfers, I realized that I primarily run raids with Axel, and everything else I just solo anyway. So it makes most sense for me to have everything combined in one place, so Shadowdale it is. I think the name is Shadowdale, at least. Nice. I think Shadowdale is going to become the new Orion when it comes to being crowded with 1 million people. But I survived on Orion with a 32-bit server and being it overcrowded. So Shadowdale shouldn't be any worse, I hope. I mean, I know that this character specifically is on Thalanis, but the vast majority of my characters are on Orion.
You examine the statue and find a hollowed-out cavity in the chest. A glowing green gem rests inside. You've stopped the druid's dark ritual and recovered the magic gem they stole from the vineyard.
What's done? Next. I think the next one is the Ruins of Berez, or whatever it's called. Yeah, the NPC over here tells you going to a certain location, but it's not the name of the quest. Raven's Bane is the name of the quest. Yeah, well, I'm embracing myself for impact. Let's put it like that. I mean, the only thing that I can say is, since they already went through world transfers on Lord of the Rings Online, they should have, well, some of the necessary experience to hopefully not mess it up too bad. And just wish for the best.
Bramble walls and dense banks, the ward fades, and some of the unearthly mists part. You are now able to enter the ruined village of Beres.
Let's swap the fire. Maybe they'll take more damage. They are scarecrows after all. Yep, they take more damage from fires. Well, generally speaking, they take more damage.
The last scarecrow crumples and the magic of the nearby ward is disrupted. A section of mist fades, allowing you to explore further.
Cauldron of Flame is pretty effective for this quest. There's tons and tons and tons of scarecrows, and they keep on coming at waves.
Faint cawing can be heard in the distance to the west.
Well, here come all the howlers.
A piece of parchment catches your eye in the ruins to the southwest.
These blind creatures use echolocation, where they just scream very loudly. They can stun you with their scream. There's a hut in the center of this swamp, and to get there we first need to free these ravens. They'll clear the way for us.
The freed raven flies off. The ward's magic fades, allowing you to
Basically, it
explore
opens up
further
like the
into
mists a bit
village.
more, and I can venture deeper into the mist. Should be a note someplace here in the ruins. Did I miss it? Maybe further down. Got it. I'm gonna wait for the cooldown on my Cauldron of Flame so I can drop it again when I open up this ward, because there's a whole bunch of howlers over here. And I don't want to be defenseless against them. So, 2 seconds. Go.
The raven caws in thanks as it flies away. With the ward disabled, the mists part, revealing the ruins of a mansion.
Next. Get all the scarecrows in the fire pit.
Sounds of weeping can be heard further into the ruins. The ghost calls out.
You get a few XP just for talking in, so might as well talk to him. And if you find Marina's monument, you also get another bunch of XP. At least, I think so. Yeah, unfortunately, it's very important over here. You have to kill every single scarecrow in order to progress, because the game, for some reason, locks you out. Can't open up the next section before you kill them.
Past the ruins of the mansion.
You know, logic.
The ward is dispelled and the nearby mists subside. You can now make out a large area of open swampland to the southwest. Perhaps Baba Lysaga's hut can be found there. Loud calls.
Today what you can find here, there's another shrine. Just in case you haven't followed on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. Please hit like. Thank you. Yeah, way won't open until I kill every single scarecrow. Here we go. Go visit Marina's monument. It's right here.
A stone statue is although the statue's features are
260
gray and
XP.
weather-worn, you can see
Yikes.
there's a striking resemblance to Irina Kolyana. Carved into the monument's base is the epitaph, Marina, taken by the mists.
Okay, we've got 2 more ravens we've got to free. Then we can enter the hut.
A raven calls loud.
To free the ravens, you're gonna once again have to kill these scarecrows, because, you know, logic.
Scarecrows guard the area. The creature drops a small key. The grateful raven flies off. Far off in the distance, one of the wards protecting Baba Lysaga's hut fades.
This place is swarming with these scarecrows. You can skip a whole bunch of them.
A nearby raven croaks excitedly. You've deactivated a ward protecting Baba Lysaga's hut to the east. The raven you freed flaps its wings and flies off. The magic wards near Baba Lysaga's hut have all been removed. The ensorcelled mists lift, allowing you to enter the area.
Another shrine, so you know what to do. And here we go. Baba Saga's actual hut.
A rank smell
Free the
fills your
raven.
nostrils as you enter the surprisingly spacious hut. A caged raven makes a commotion in the northeast corner. As the raven flies toward the exit, it says, "Take the gem from the chest and flee. This hut is more dangerous than it appears." A deep groan reverberates from the floorboards as the gem is removed. Then a hunched figure suddenly appears in the doorway.
Maybe a few more friends then!
Baba Saga screeches.
92,000 XP. Not bad. And done. We're up to the last quest. There's a rare encounter that I've always looked for. It's supposed to spawn someplace here on the sides. Oh, hello. How are you doing today? Whatever, I don't find it. Let's go do that last quest. Doing great, so far so good. I am under level trying to do some Barovia. Soon I'm gonna have to do some, probably, what's it called? Sharn. So, we'll see how that goes. That's a up. He upgraded on the go. Yeah, epic. I'm trying to hit level 30.
Perched on a
At long last, your journey has brought you here, to a place of kindness and madness, a place of sun and shadow. Seek the light in the field where the shepherd tended his flock. A blessing lies hidden here, down in holes deep beneath.
There's a fortune teller. Basically tell me certain random elements about the quest where they're going to show up.
I see a wizard who has slept through the ages. His bed is cold, and his blanket is made of marble. Be wary, traveler. Many enemies will oppose you, and perhaps a friend as well.
Sunsword should be here based on the cards.
bestial figures look up as you approach. You spot a grimy metal key on the ground nearby. You pick up the tarnished key. You found the sun sword, though something seems to be wrong with it. The legends say it blazed with a blinding light, but this is just a lifeless hilt. Perhaps Irina knows how to make it shine again.
Okay, so we got the sun sword and we got the key. And technically speaking, I think we're done with this area. We could check out this starting area. I don't think there's anything we need over here. Yeah. There's a lich, I think, in this thing.
You open the crypt, which seems to be empty. But then, the cold ground around you shifts as something rises from it.
Yeah, this is just some extra loot. Optional.
You search the crypt and find some valuable items hidden deep inside.
Got a filigree, that's called valuable items, whatever. I got Gilder now, that's the valuable items. This place should be empty. Yeah, we're trying to get up to that ledge. First talk to this guy.
To the main hall of the abbey.
We give him the key and he unlocks the door.
You curiously as you approach.
Go talk to the abbot.
Otto unlocks the door with the key.
Door open. See Abbot now.
You are greeted by a handsome figure who moves with the grace of a saint.
Welcome, stranger. Let this be a refuge of warmth and love.
Yeah, this guy's insane. And he's gonna leave journals around, and after we read all 5 journals, we can confront him about his insanity. And then he'll attack us.
My handiwork.
There's an NPC called Esmeralda who's hanging around here someplace. I don't remember based on the cards where exactly, but whatever.
A strange figure stands in one corner of the room, lost in her own thoughts.
Okay, top floor we are. Go get the collectible. You can go around either side. This side is a bit longer with more enemies. There's a collectible. That's hoarder logic for you. I'm afraid that they'll contribute to my dungeon alert later, because they are active already. Hey, let's go back inside. Looking for more notes.
Covers most of this room shows that it is seldom used.
Yep, going to Shadowdale. That seems to be the consensus. I don't know why they decided to go to Shadowdale and not to Coromir, but whatever. Guess everybody wanted a fresh start. Which is fine, I guess. For me, it's not as good because I already have a character on Coromir, who I hope I'll be able to transfer to Shadowdale eventually. Because I would like to consolidate all of my characters onto one place, rather than having them all spread out. It's not very efficient. Yeah, that's what I assumed. It's just like fresh start.
Strange
Fine.
whips and unnerving screams
I'll go
echo
along with
from
it.
the floor below. Tall, silent forms shuffle down the corridor, while strange cries come from behind closed doors.
Yeah, Coromir's second hand now. He's got a lot of wounded players mentally when they started that server. I'm kidding. Yeah, but that server had a rough start. There's probably a lot of abandoned characters on it. Which doesn't mean that Shadowdale's not going to have the same thing, but at least let's hope it's not going to be as bad.
Strange creatures burst from behind the doors, shrieking madly.
Food! Food, so hungry!
We're clearing out all the closets, getting rid of all of this Dabbit's crazy experiments. Maybe taking on all of the enemies all at once is not such a great idea. Yeah, well, I know they said they will. I'm just wondering when. Yeah, I understood. In my little What's Up segment, I've been using voice to talk, voice to text, just because of my abysmal typing skills. Every time I respond to people on YouTube and write comments, I have to reread what I just wrote, and there's usually mistakes. Of course, I'm going to blame it all on my keyboard, which is really old and has problems because it misses keys. Of course, that's the reason. I mean, that's true, but you get my point. There's a shortcut over here back to the
A hatch
starting area.
in one corner of the room leads down into the cellar.
Need one more note in order to challenge the abbot. Hey, we found it. Let's go face off against Abbott. Use a shortcut back. I've got it. Well, I walked a long way. He's not going to be happy with my opinion of him.
You've returned.
Booms the abbot.
Please tell me what you think.
I think he's crazy and he doesn't like that.
My only desire
Understandable.
is to improve the abbey and this land. You dared to condemn me?
Says the abbot.
Do you have any idea how hard I've struggled? How long I've tried to help? Do you have any idea who I am?
The abbot twists into a new shape. A form that was once magnificent.
Mad? Was it mad to fight against the darkness? I was sent to redeem this forsaken place. My struggle has been longer and harder than you can imagine. And I will strike down anyone who tries to stop me.
The abbot falls to his knees.
Oh, so much for that successful endeavor.
Nothing but darkness.
He cries as his mortal form vanishes from this world.
Hey, nice. Mythic +2. Got myself a nice item that I'm just going to hoard and never use. Yeah, but now I can use the shortcut back because I unlocked it. Basically, there's a way back right into the basement, but you can't initially use it because it's blocked from the other side with a bunch of boards. And only once you've been to the other side and unlocked the boards can you get through it. So we can now just shortcut back to basically almost where we were before. And we're downstairs again. Pick up the 2 crests so we can get past this door. There you got both of them. Let's get out of here. This door is locked, I believe. And I'm pretty sure my hireling will not be able to pick it. He's way under level. Yep, no chance. Never mind. Press. And here we go. There is a collectible over here. I do believe that you can actually drag all of the zombies from that hallway, make them go through this blade barrier, take damage, but whatever. Let's destroy the altar so they stop respawning. As long as the shrine is up, you'll have more and more zombies spawning in a few seconds. Oh, there's another shrine here, so in case you haven't already, follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. Just please hit the like. Thank you very much. Haven't found Esmeralda. Hope she's here.
A decrepit shrine
Nope.
overlooks a small, tranquil pool. You open the gate and let Irina into the shrine. There you are. This seems so familiar, but I'm sure I've never been here before. Did you bring the sun sword? I feel that it somehow holds the key.
Yeah, now I have to watch the whole cutscene. Talk to her. Takes the sun sword, puts it on this altar. There's an invisible barrier that prevents me from getting any closer.
Irina takes the sun sword and tenderly places it on the shrine. This was his sword. This is where we would meet. Early in the morning during midsummer. Yet the sun sword remains inert. There is no sound, but the water lapping at the edge of the pool. Suddenly, an image appears in the sparkling waters of the pool. A handsome youth with a kind and noble visage. The sadness in his eyes
This guy is
turns to
Strahd's younger
sudden
brother.
joy.
And Strahd was jealous of him
It has been so
and killed
long.
him.
Come, my love, let us be together at last. Irina gasps. Sergei, my beloved! Oh, we were to be married so long ago. Has this blessed pool called your spirit to me? As she reaches for Sergei, she is pulled down beneath the rippling water and into her lover's embrace. You have never seen a happier couple as they begin to fade from view. For a moment, all is quiet. Then a peal of thunder shakes the land, and a deep, dark voice from beyond the mountains cries out,
She is mine!
Hey, now we get to fight
A dark
Strahd.
figure appears near the shrine.
She's escaped. Escaped to where I cannot follow.
Cries Strahd.
You helped her. I'll make you suffer for that.
Strahd winces as he enters the pool. Part of this place's holy power must still linger.
Don't make the mistake of thinking you might win. The darkness belongs to me, and it covers every corner of this land.
Trying to avoid standing in these circles. They explode and take a whole bunch of damage. We win. Come on. Now we need the sun sword to start blazing.
Spirit being left behind in this dreary, defeated land.
Where's my loot?
Then, without warning, the sun sword blazes forth with a warm, bright light. You pick up the sun sword. The instant you touch the hilt of the dazzling weapon, you realize that this is the weapon that could slay Strahd. That this is the key to ending his dominion. Something starts to grow within you. Something you had almost forgotten. Hope.
Okay, and we have finished Barovia. Go back, finish the quest chain. See what we're doing next. So now you either have to do the Sharn or Dalera's tomb. So what do y'all say? Sharn or Dalera's? Sharn, I'm way under level, and it might be very slow going. And Dalera's will be very fast. Well, it should be fast. Closer to the actual level of those quests. Dalera's. Okay. Let's upgrade our here. Let's see what's the first quest in Dalera's. Rebuff and head out to Dalera's. Oh, you know what we need? We need a hireling who's got summon monster. A hireling with summon monster. Hireling or summon monster. Let's see if I can find it on the ship. Where did they hide us? Fourth lower deck. They don't have it. Interesting. I see. 150 astral shards to buy it. Unless somebody finds it on the auction house. It's gonna be expensive. Oh well. Fine. Let's go to the marketplace and buy it there. Want to be able to pick the locks. I want to show off for once how to do all of the optionals in Delira's Tomb Part 2. Pretty cool how to solo it. So let's see. We need any hireling who's got summon monster. Do any of the epic hirelings have summon monster? Well, I can't use the level 30s. This guy doesn't have summon monster. Where's the rogue? The highest level rogue. Take one of these. Yeah, let's take a low level character because Delira's Tomb is typically run at low levels. So I'll demonstrate on a low level character. Here, flower. Low level character, summon monster. Perfect. Bye. Let's go. Okay, first quest in the quest chain. Let's go. What is the name of the first quest, though? I need to update it. Just on time. Perfect.
This Stellara module.
Let's go, go, go.
The tomb opens up into a larger space. The underground structure is much bigger than the surface. The sound of the bridge dropping is followed by that of caskets breaking open. Undead have arisen around you.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Finally not being under level is nice. What level is this anyway? 29? Phew. Great. Yeah, after running Ravenloft, it's gonna be should be a breeze. As we always say, famous last words, but okay. Just let me take this loot.
Immediately following the sound of the second bridge dropping, you also hear the less distant sound of a door slamming shut behind you.
They won't be able to summon the hireling mid-quest. Let's summon him here. Take this rogue hireling. Summon him. Park him at the entrance. Yeah, I don't know if the Were-Rat can do it. I mean, these are epic quests, not legendary quests, so might be able to do the locks, doors, whatever.
Symbols of the sovereign host adorn the walls around you. This place was once hallowed ground.
Let's see if my Were-Rat can get that locked door. If not, I can summon the other hireling. This is, of course, an optional. I don't have to do this, but I don't know. In the mood for it today. Feeling like it. Something down. Go for it. Nice. Well, apparently these are not legendary, and it's much easier to get it, even with a subpar hireling. Well, subpar per level. What do you mean by 06 runs? Oh. Yep. I didn't join that early, but yeah. Yeah, all these different side optionals, they all have a certain amount of XP and it all stacks up quite nicely. So, figure I might as well take full advantage of it, get the best out of this quest. Delir's Tomb is one of those quest chains where I ran into the ground because, well, the XP is very good, at least on chain number 2. And everybody wants to run it. And you just run it again and again and again and again. Until basically you're sick of it. So now I don't run it that often. And when I do, usually I don't run all the optionals, so... It's like, the last few times I've ran it, it was only because I wanted to pick up a Voice of the Master so I could craft myself Master's Gift. So even that, I'll just get to the end as fast as possible. Get some favor on the way. If you're quick over here, you can get past some of these gates without having to fight enemies. The shrine on that side, so in case you haven't already, you know what to do. Not quite fast enough. See if I can get the next one. It's very nice when you get to skip. Like that. Skip the big room. I thought I had it. These rooms are very annoying because these archers stand all the way at the end and you have to track them down. Can't move. Really? Okay. Now I have to try this out. have to try it out in different rooms, not over here.
Near a mangled body there.
Pro tip, always loot this chest before you pick it up, because then you get swamped.
A chill passes through you as skeletons rise behind the bars to the sides of the room. They don't look entirely solid.
Yeah, like I did this optional once where I went back and killed 4 of these ghostly skeletons, but I haven't done it since. It's like, why bother? Okay, finished. Next quest. First, we gotta go outside, talk to the guy, then I'll send us inside. Yada, yada, yada. They give me this Club of the Holy Flame. Basically, it's got good on it, and it teaches you that you need good bypass damage reduction. These ghostly skeletons. Okay, for this quest, if you want to do all of the optionals, you need a hireling who's got summon monster. That's the key to soloing this particular quest. If you want all the optionals, you need a hireling with summon monster.
You hear the now familiar sound of bone clattering against stone up ahead.
So this quest has like 6 side bosses, and each one of them gives a fair amount of experience, and also this quest itself gives a nice chunk of experience. So a lot of players like to go for all the optionals. The question is how to do it solo. So if you don't care about the optionals, it's not a big problem. It's when you try to solo with the optionals that you're going to run into trouble. What I'll be showing you in this quest is my method for how to solo it. There might be other methods, but I haven't seen anybody else do any other methods, so this is my own creation, I guess. Okay, so in this big room, so there's 2 switches on the sides who activate these gates underwater, and this is one of the optionals, and this is where it's kind of tricky, and I'll be showing how to get past it. Because you need somebody to stay up top and activate the switch for you while you're trying to go underwater. First things first though, step on it once and clear out all the monsters that spawn in. Don't have to deal with all this stuff later. Okay, let's present the problem and I'll show you the solution. So we've got two sets of gates. This one, it's either, both gates are either up or down. So in this case, they're both up, so perfect. The other side, one of them is up, and far in the back, the other one, sorry, this one's down, the other one's up. And you have to alternate between them. So every time you step on the switch, they change. This one, the one on the right will open, that one will close. So, hey there, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're having a good time. So how are you going to get... The thing is, once you go past the first gate, how am I going to go back and swap it while I'm still down there? So this is like, here's the secret to soloing this. That one, we've stepped on one, it's lit up, it's fine. This is the one that's tricky, the one on this side. The one I call H. So, I can step on this as many times as I want. That's not a problem. Question is, how do I get my hireling to step on it? So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to summon our hireling, tell him to stand right on top of it. If I tell him to leave it, it's not going to affect it. You know what I can do? They will magically make it as if somebody just stepped on it. Ready? If I summon a monster, if I tell him to summon monster, he just cast a new entity, and that new entity stepped on the switch. So now, once I'm underwater, I'm going to hit summon monster, and it'll cast a new entity, who will step on the switch, and swap it for me. So let's see if it's open right now. It is not open. I will open it. Now, once we're down there, we're going to tell him to summon monster. Here we go, summon monster. He's going to be casting a summon monster spell, which is going to make a new spider spawn right on top of the plate. And magic, it's opened up. So now you know the secret of how to solo this. And once you do this, make sure you pull this switch. This opens up all the gates permanently, so you can get back with no problem. There's 3 named bosses in this little section, so a lot of the named bosses are behind this one secret. There we go. We got a whole bunch of these bosses. Actually, there's only 2 named bosses in this area. My bad. For some reason I thought there was 3. I guess the one on the bottom is not a named boss. Or there's a total of 7 named bosses and I've never noticed it before. Whatever, we get a chest and we kill a bunch of named bosses. Let's go. Yeah, now we can just swim back because the way is fully opened. All of the gates are up permanently. So if anyone who joined and missed it, the way I activate the switch is by putting a hireling who has summon monster on top of it, and then every time I hit the summon monster, he's casting a new entity who then automatically just steps on the pressure plate. And that's how you can activate it from underwater. This big room has these pillars across the top, and we're supposed to get to the floor up top over there. So we go down a hallway and around, and eventually we get up there. But technically speaking, there should be a way to skip this using a long jump. I don't know if this character can do it, but whatever. Nope. I think you need a bit more movement speed, and you actually have to land on the pillar. But you can get up top over there. I've never actually successfully done it, so don't quote me as a possibility. It's a theoretical possibility. There might be a quest objective that you have to do anyway, so it could be it's useless. I'm not sure. Sometimes when you skip a part of a quest in DDO, you can get all the way to the end, but it doesn't help you when it comes to trying to complete the quest because there's mandatory quest objectives that you must do. There's a pretty nasty trap over here, and you cannot disable it. I do have improved evasion, though. Okay, let's see if my were-rat can get this door. It's a locked door. Come on. Well, were-rat seems to have no problem with most of the epic quests. There's like very few exceptions that it seems not to be able to unlock. But it fails like every single test when it comes to legendary quests. Can't find doors, can't unlock anything. Oh, that was another one of those named bosses. Just let me get through. That was another one. Loot them quick before they attack me. There's one of these bosses who's very easy to gain access to, who's right at the end of the quest. It's the one that probably most players find out first. The other ones are kind of locked behind gates, doors, whatever. You climb up these stairs, monsters spawn in. You can actually skip half of this spawning in if you can just stand on the fence. I don't know how much of it I've skipped. Some of it seemed to spawn in anyway. Yes, it is the room that I was talking about before. We were downstairs here, and these pillars, you can stand on them. So technically, I'm assuming that it should be feasible to get there from the other side with proper speed and jump height, etc. Take one on the right, one in the center. It used to be that you would have to have a hireling pull the levers for you as you went through, and they changed the way the mechanism works. It is now much more straightforward. Of course, another shrine here, so as always, it's a reminder if I can ever get the door open. Right. This is another optional chest. There's not a quest objective though. There's no like XP attached to it. Just chest if you want it. One of the reasons why players like this quest is because it gives a very nice amount of experience. Even if you're just going straight for the end and not running through all the optionals, it's still very good. Kind of like Vaughn 3. In that it gives a lot of XP for the amount of effort that's required to run through it. Yeah, I can't find this. I've got to have my hireling search for it. Completely missed that hit. And another shrine. I feel like they put in these shrines before they were locked in on what was going to be the final layout of this quest. so they have a few extra of them. Definitely unnecessary. Although the resurrection shrine next to this fight is kind of nice. Can become useful. So picking up this book completes the quest.
You have recovered jail's
129,000
describes
XP.
the last moments in the church's investigation.
That was 18 minutes with all the optionals. All done the solo. Thankfully, they don't make you run all the way back to get the other, to the guy outside to get the quest. There's midway through the quest, there's a locked door that behind it has a chest. But if you can't get the lock, at least you have the option to skip over here and get the chest from the other side. Which is something I appreciate when there's like two solutions to the problem, rather than having it only if you can pick the lock. Here's some exploding sarcophagi. This room has some of the biggest traps in DDO that were never used. So sometimes what happens is like one of the developers will drag in a trap asset, but maybe not like activate it or something, and then you'll end up with crazy assets who are useless. So I'll try to show it off over here if I can find it with my hireling. So here on this wall, let's see if we can find it. Who's shooting me? You gotta go. He's unable to find it. How about here? Come on. Not sure why that summoned 2 circles, but whatever. Well, either it's been removed or the tiling is just too low level to find it. But there's a gigantic face over here on the wall. Kind of though. Well, if I find another one, I'll show you what it looks like. But it basically covers up this entire wall. Big gigantic thing. On this wall. And on this wall. And they do nothing. They were never activated. I forgot to pull the switch. Pulled it. Here's another shrine. Just in case you aren't sick of me saying it already. This particular one, you can actually drop in, you know, take this guy. He's expendable. Send him to click on it. You get a Hireling to go activate this Soul Lock. You can kill the Soul Lock Guardian without ever going down there and facing off against all the skeletons.
Two soul locks are now...
You have to kill the Soul Lock Guardian, so there's no way out of that. So you're going to have to range it from here, but I'm saying this is how it'll look. If. Yeah, so this guy's got to die. Nothing you can do about that. Every sarcophagus has to be lit up. Or by killing the skeleton that spawns from right beside it. And that will open up the gate so you can get out of here. Moving on. So this is the locked gate I was talking about before. Sorry, the locked door. There's a gate, and this door, we were already on the other side and picked up the chest by jumping over the wall. We were able to get our loot. There's a section over here was supposed to be a point of no return. There's a staircase that's broken. So if you don't kill the stuff up top first, you are not going to have access to it later. Yeah, so you're not supposed to be able to get back up these stairs. So much for that. Ha ha ha. Build a Solar Guardian.
Soul lock is open. 2 more locks, and Delira will be released.
And once again, you gotta kill all the archers for the gate to open so you can move on. This time they didn't bother to put those little sigils in each one of the coffins so you can see that you killed it. They're like, you know what to do by now. Here, a shrine. You know what to do by now. Here come 3 mages, whatever they're called. Skeletal mages. First time I did this quest, those 3 skeletal mages got me pretty good. Luckily, it's in a walking distance to the shrine, so I was able to recover. Previously, in the last room, it came from the top. Oh, we're here for the bottom. Let's skip half of this by going straight here.
You hear the whispers of a faint female voice as the 4th seal is opened.
Pause to walk around this room on this walkway. As you do, more and more enemies spawn in. So why bother? Just skip it. And another shrine. Don't want to get dungeon alert from these guys, so let's clear them out. Don't jump down. Finish their quest. Defeating the boss over here gets rid of all the trash.
Fall rapidly as the last soul lock is opened. Delira has been released.
Defeating Delira just automatically clears everything else out. So if you have the ability to, just focus your damage on, well, Delira, and you shall win. There's your spirit. And here's the loot. Pretty sure there's a collectible in here. Apparently not. Once again, you're not supposed to be able to backtrack. Oh well. Next quest. This is the final quest in this quest chain. I mean, it's not the only quest in the adventure pack, but the rest of the quests are not epic. Well, we go back to the original quest giver. Talk to him. Now we can do the final quest. Okay, so this guy is going to send you on a wild goose chase. Yeah, so you can talk to this guy, and he sends you to Delira. Delira sends you back to him. Then after you go back to him, you go back to Delira and whatever. You can just pay him a few gold and save yourself the hassle. I've completed this in 0 seconds, 0 minutes and 1 second. And that's a speedrun for you. Necromancer's Lair. Brawl. Necromancer. This quest is loaded with traps. I think it's going to be the final quest. We don't need to activate this one. This is H on it. Get out of here. Large Eberron Dragon Fragment. That was a good find. The trap here, you can go behind a pillar and avoid it. Doing my best to skip all the traps in the hallway. Okay, we got a left and a right. We got to go both ways to open up the center. And another shrine. Please follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, you know, and hit that like button. Okay, one side done. Go do the other side. Each side's got its own, like, unique puzzles. You've got 3 switches. 2 of them are traps, so one of them is the one that opens the door. Of course, it's the one closest to the door, although you first do the other 2 and get hit by traps. Gotta go up here, pull this switch first. Okay, this floor is going to break and it'll be full of oozes, so skip it. The door's going to slam. We got a timer to reopen. Come on. And you gotta kill all the oozes to get out of here anyway. Okay, second side done. Back to center. Let's go face off against the Necromancer. And here comes that fight. And we won. Now let's see if my low-level Harling can get these chests. These are 2 locked chests at the end of a quest. It's rather exasperating. I mean, you put in all the hard work and then you're like, nope. You can just look at this loot. Can't actually take it. And now we go turn the quest, and we are done. We are almost at level 29. Less than 1 rank away. And we'll take the regular voice of the master because we want to make ourselves another one of those, what's it called? Master's gifts, or whatever it's called. And here we go, ultimate speedrun. Completion time 0 minutes and 0 seconds. 0 XP. Could have done this on R10. Okay, well, I think we're going to end soon, but before that, I'd like to do a solo raid. Just, one for the books. So, somebody on YouTube asked me something about one of the raids. Well, it's a free-to-play raid called Tempest Spine. And I wasn't sure about the answer, so I'm going to go test it. I guess solo Tempest Spine is what's coming up. I'm going to do a heroic elite. I'm trying to check out the bridge to the inevitable. So typically I would just skip it, but somebody asked me about how to pull the bridge of the inevitable. I'll explain what the problem was. There's a bridge with there's 2 switches you need to pull, and to get to the switch you have to walk through either an acid trap or a poison trap. Now, back in the day, the poison trap, certain players were immune to poison. If you were, let's say you were a necromancer, undead, or you were warforged, and you could just stand inside of the poison, no problem. Then they made that poison to become magical poison. So now, if you're a necromancer or warforged, you still take damage. So now how do you do it? So I have a theory about standing off to the edge and pulling it, but I want to see if it's possible. But if you have enough acid resistance, you should be able to just stand inside of it. So I guess that's what we're going to check. I'm not going to do full run. I'm not going to do like all of the optionals, but yeah, I'll go to the inevitable. You know what? Maybe we'll do a full run. We'll see. Let's go.
Drawn by the molten lava, blazing fire elementals patrol the caldera. Tempest's spine rises into the clouds. A molten ring surrounds the base of the spire, and entrances scar the cliff face.
I don't think this full run's going to take that long, but
Here
we shall see.
the drow huddle together ahead, proof that they have returned to work with the giants.
I heard somebody tell me a trick about the trap box over here. Yeah, I guess we'll get the 3 stones. Apparently, you wait for them on the other side. Yeah, if you can get the enemies on the other side to run towards you, they'll disable the trap for you. So yeah, so that's something that somebody told me, and I want to like see if it's true or not.
To the left of the junction, you spy a massive metal gateway. To the right, the
Haven't done this in ages. I mean, haven't done the full run in ages.
Approaching the crystal box has triggered some mechanism within the iron golem. The behemoth stirs and moves to attack. The final signal crystal ignites, revealing a portal into an unknown area of the mountain. Lair of fire and ice.
I should be able to do this fast enough to not have to drag them together, but I don't have movement boost, so maybe not.
Cold air rolls across the floor and funnels into the passages in this section of the cavern. Linked by Sorjek, ice will reform as fire still burns.
Okay, quick.
Heat spreads along the floors and up the walls. The sound of rushing lava resounds all about you in this cavern. A strange thought passes through your mind. Linked by Sarjak, fire shall burn as long as ice has form.
Let's see if it was fast enough. The barrier is down than it was, and so it seems.
Entering the treasure
where's Glyph?
you spy 2 chests and an ancient rune.
Mind you, all this raid is only level 10, and I'm level like 28, so not really fair.
Lair of fire and ice. A deep hole offers no sign of egress, although a soft, cool
Yeah, typically this is where I would skip half the quest, but we're doing the long way.
Realize that a fall from this height would be devastating, if not deadly. Peering over the edge, you realize that a fall
Like almost
from this height
nostalgic,
would be devastating,
doing the
if
long
not
version of this
deadly.
quest.
A cool breeze blows in from the cavern mouth to the east, offering relief from the sweltering volcanic heat.
This is the fire path, I think. Oh wow. I'm like getting flashbacks to this now.
Harsh drow voices echo off the tunnel walls. A small force lies in wait in the dark caverns ahead.
Yeah, right. This is where the 2 rooms link up. Gotta go up to the fire caverns.
A great magma river flows into an unseen lava tube at the top of the rise ahead. Methods and elementals guard this location. More drow, under the effects of Sorjak's crown, guard a sealed stone door that blocks further passage into the mountain. You spy a drow readying a...
My solo walkthrough guide, I missed in this particular section. I missed a hidden chest. It was like hiding behind a pillar, and I missed it. I don't know if it was this one or the other one. Let's go up and get the... Is there up here? No, it's not here. It's later. Oh, hello. What's up, Slughead? Good to see you again.
Beyond the magical barrier lies a massive dormant gateway. A drow wizard begins a guttural incantation as murderous intent spreads across her face. Finish her first.
Okay, done. Okay, is this the inevitable? I don't remember which way this goes. Just underwater?
The flooded tunnel.
Oh, flooded tunnel's great.
The flooded tunnel.
What did you say?
The flooded tunnel.
What was that? Only 3 times?
In a recess against the wall, a murky pool of water descends into darkness. A golem patrols dutifully near a rest area in a side passage.
Yeah, I think I missed this chest in my solo walk-on guide. And here we go for a swim. As far as I remember it, you just stick to the right.
You see a dangerously long tunnel. You do not think you can hold your breath.
I mean, if you go to the right, you get to the
left or
optional.
Right. Water extends to the ceiling of the tunnel, showing no signs of where you made. Light filters through a hole in the roof of the tunnel.
All of that for an optional chest behind a spike. I haven't done this in literal years. I mean, I've ran this quest many, many times. Sorry, raid many, many times. But I haven't done this, what now became the optional.
Pillars poke through the surface of the water ahead. This may be a good spot to regain your strength and breath. A scent of sour, rotting flesh permeates the air here. Another beast summoned by Sorjek lies in wait nearby.
Hello. Good morning. Afternoon. Good evening. I don't know. Everyone's got their own time zone. Forgot about this beholder.
Ebbs from the beholder. A magical barrier collapses, allowing access to the rune it guarded.
This is the one that I missed in the video. At the time, I didn't know about it. Well, picked up the second rune. We don't have to pick up this rune. We only need fire and ice to complete the raid. But second rune's nice too. I think there's a way out of here. Yep. Could be the way out. They didn't have a chance.
Through the cavern opening. The thin, icy air makes breathing difficult.
Yeah, I always take the shortcut. Somebody asked me a question about the path to the inevitable, and I couldn't answer because, well, I haven't done it in years, so I am doing it now, so I can answer that question. This should take me out over there. I think this takes me out to the shortcut. Does it?
Peering over the edge, you realize that a fall from this height would be devastating, if not deadly.
Oh, locked door. Do I have a way to get past this locked door? Yikes. I don't think I can actually do this optional. Without like a bell of opening or something. I might be able to do it with like knock scrolls. Maybe knock scrolls. Bell of opening it is. This is what happens when you're content creating. Already did. Spent it. Open the door. That's YouTube delay for you. I made sure to buy a few because I knew that this was going to happen.
Hill giants ensure that the drow encamped ahead are only resting from their labors. A pitiful state for a once free people.
Well, I can confidently say that it was unnecessary because I could have just jumped off and walked in through here. So that was a total waste.
Air is laden with water crystals.
Yeah, the shortcut brings you into here. I'm still not sure if you need one later.
Scorpions and rust
We shall
monsters
see.
guard this room. A sealed door across from the entrance looks recently used, as the dust at its base has been disturbed.
Apparently I jumped over this trigger line. There's 3 rust monsters on each side. And they are summoned in sequence. You gotta kill the first one for the second one, then the third one to spawn. Also, there's a shrine in your cell, just in case you haven't already.
A sudden breeze swirls the dust in this dim chamber.
Yeah, that's the end. Let's do the inevitable. The whole reason I'm doing all of these optionals is just for this.
Bridge to the inevitable. A drawbridge extends over a pool of water. Traps surround the switches apparently used to...
But let's see if I can get to the switch without taking any damage. I mean, because, I have evasion, so... Save, save, save. Save, save, save. Yeah, evasion is cheating it. But let's see if I can stand the top of this. Here's a problem. I'm trying to stand in a place where it's not triggering my save, yet I can still get to the lever, and it doesn't seem possible. Let's take a armor, if I can find one. Level 32. Give me something to get me... It'll take away my evasion. Come on, some armor here. No armor? The only 2 pieces of armor I have are 2 high level, and one of them is light armor, so I could still use evasion. Anyway, I have no way of determining if I can or cannot take damage from the acid. But there was a spot right over here on the side where I wasn't being hit at all. Yeah, they really want you to have evasion. Or I guess you can have high acid resistance and then you can just stand here inside of the acid. Well, that's that.
The bridge lurches to life, lowering and offering.
But if I'm not mistaken, you can just get past the bridge without actually lowering the bridge.
Stands on a rocky outcrop.
You stand over here, you should be able to just jump past.
A gravelly voice calls out.
No further. Your path ends here. Sergeant commands that your lives end, and I obey.
I think I can do it without the long jump also. Yeah, it's doable without a long jump. So yeah, the solution for the bridge to the inevitable is just skip it. That is the solution to it.
An uneasy feeling overcomes you as you continue forward. A wicked sensation washes over you as you enter the junction. To the left, the path turns sharply out of sight. To the right, the tunnel inclines slightly.
Too bad I don't have grease to put on this slope. Hello, Inevitable. Take your time. Thank you. Yes, I guess the way to solve the bridge to the inevitable is by skipping it. And final glyph, rune, / thingamajig. And now we gotta get out of here. I was pretending as if the bridge was still down. Yep. You're the one leaving me a comment on YouTube? Somebody asked for help on YouTube, so... Yeah, this is all unnecessary, but okay. We're doing it. And these two runes are unnecessary. That was the only one he really needed. So now he's no longer immune to fire damage, and he won't heal up, and he doesn't have the damage reduction. Come on, get closer, buddy.
A defiant scream echoes across the mountaintop, and in the valley below,
And he's dead.
Sorjak Inkani crumples to the ground, defeated.
Fun fact, you fall off the mountain once the quest is over. Sorry, once this raid is over. Right from the start, there'll be a new dimension door. It will open up and it'll take you directly to the top of the quest. That's it. So yeah, we got all 3 glyphs this time. Just for the heck of it. Want to see how fast it is now without optionals? So 22 minutes and 40 seconds. That's with optionals. Now let's not do the optionals. And then at the end, we'll come back and just confirm that we can actually jump across the Inevitables bridge just to prove the point. So here we go. It's very rare, but this is one of those raids you can actually repeat immediately. So here we go.
Drawn by the molten lava, blazing fire elementals patrol the caldera.
There's a few ways into the mountain. And this is the... Well, you have to walk through lava, but it's a bit shorter. So I'm going for speed. Lava it is.
Tempest's spine rises into the clouds. A molten ring surrounds the base of the spire, and entrances scar the cliff face. Here in the belly, drow huddle together ahead, proof that they have returned to work with the giants. Deep imprints betray the presence of patrolling giants. Apparently, Sorjak has drawn others to his banner.
Sad truth is I have to kill things or I'm going to get dungeon alert the entire time.
Spy a massive metal gateway. To the right, the tunnel turns sharply. 4 approaching the crystal box has triggered some mechanism within the iron golem. The behemoth stirs and moves to attack. The final signal crystal ignites, revealing a portal into an unknown area. Lair of fire, and a barrier blocks the way to a treasure chest and an oddly shaped rune. Bitterly cold air rolls across the floor and funnels into the passages in this section of the cavern. Linked by Sorjak, ice will reform as fire still burns. Heat spreads along the floors and up the walls. The sound of rushing lava resounds all about you in this cavern.
Yeah, this is a speedrun. I'm still going to try to pick up.
You spy 2 chests and an ancient rune.
I'm running out of room in my inventory. At least I have room for the rune, so that's all we care about.
Ice. A deep hole offers no sign of egress, although
Now we're going to go for the
soft,
skip.
cool breeze can be felt coming from below. Peering over the edge, you realize that a fall from this height would be devastating, if not deadly. Peering over the edge, you realize that a fall from this height would be devastating, if not dead. A blast of cold air funnels through the opening in the cavern. The crisp hill giants ensure that the drow encamped ahead. Drow scorpions and rust monsters guard this room. A sealed door across from the entrance looks recently used, as the dust at its base has been disturbed. A sudden breeze swirls the dust in this dim chamber.
Kill the beholder. And let's kill Sorjak.
A defiant scream echoes across the mountaintop and in the valley below as Sorjak and
That took 4 minutes and 13 seconds, so that's much better. Now let's go to the bridge of the inevitable. That's what I'll say. Luckily, it's right here. Now that I've done it, I remember where it's supposed to be.
Bridge to the inevitable. A drawbridge extends over a pool of water. Traps surround the switches apparently used to lower the bridge.
I will take it. Well, you've seen it here. That works. Okay, we're all satisfied. This solves the problem. There we go, finished. And as always, don't forget to turn in your ray. Well, that's going to be it for me. Thank you all for being guests on my show, Ask Aldbar DDO Live. Hope you all enjoyed it, and hope to see you all in my next one. Take care. Bye. The plan is to go to Shadowdale. So yeah, that's the plan, to go to Shadowdale. So unless something changes. Also, they moved the transfer date to next week, so yeah, that's gonna be it. Yeah, I always give a few I don't know, a minute or two of the encore, so you guys can still say bye while the outro is playing. So I'm hiding here behind the picture. So take care all.